Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome back to NFT Live. It's a Tuesday, July 25th. Time flies when you're having fun and losing money. But we are on the NFT Live show today on the Web3 Network. We're having a good episode, hopefully. A lot to cover. I'm sitting here with Biggie Poppins, who just revealed a Mythic, by the way. We're going to get into that right away. I don't know, Gif, if you had a Mythic reveal yet. But Biggie, how you feeling, man? How you feeling about the Mythic reveal?
Good, man. This is actually my second one. I had one reveal the day before, both of them through oddity sacrifice. So goodbye to my oddities. The first one, I was also so happy with it, but this one is pretty dope. This one's really, really dope. But then I checked the feed and I noticed that the one that came right after mine was like ridiculously cool. But man, that's what's going on right now with the Mythics reveal. It's just like one Firebird after another one. Look at that. That came right after mine. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's
the
fucking
Fidenza
sick.
hoodie. That's the second Fidenza hoodie out. The first one sold for 2.2 ETH. It's like it seems to be one of the top traits so far happening in the nest. But you know what like really makes me the happiest out of all of this, Q, is that when I look at all the trending charts in the marketplaces and all this, Mythics is nowhere to be found. And yet when you look at the Twitter, well, should I say X platform now, you see Mythics all over the Twitter feed, you know? And that makes me feel really good because I feel like people are really enjoying the art. And, you know, I'm sure some people are waiting for the rarities to be more determined to see what they want to flip or not. But I just see a lot of people enjoying the art, and the marketplaces don't get to fucking tout shit because all they focus is on the numbers. So nothing is for sale. Very few things are for sale right now in the Mythics reveal. So really stoked about that.
We were looking at the Mythics yesterday, looking at the art, saying like, hey, which ones do we like? But the art overall, I feel like has been super. It's been received well by the community, I should say. So just the whole drop, the way they went about it, really cool. And we were excited to hear your thoughts just being in the Moonbirds for a while, man.
Yeah, man. I definitely think they take the cute PFP top, in my opinion. They definitely snagged that for sure. I mean, come on. And you know, one of the things that I liked a lot about it is also that like some of the traits that are like uber rare in the original PFP artwork came back here, but they seem to be a lot more prominent in different birds. So, you know, like the glitch, I've seen several glitches, you know, and also like the Dead Bird Society, which a lot of people are fond of, like the skull faces. There's plenty of those to go around, which I think is really cool because it gets people to be also, you know, eligible to enter some of these different DAOs, but also, you know, it just brings those traits up, you know, to the forefront a little more. It's really cool.
Dude, love it. I was gonna say, can you pull up those smoky eyes? That smoky eyes Mythic looked fucking sick. I wanted to see that one.
This one?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the art's cool. And Biggie, you're bringing up an interesting point. That's that, you know, even though it's not being pumped on all the algos, you know, on the platforms, people are, it's all over the timelines because people are, I think, really resonating with this art. Yeah, those eyes are fucking
Biggie. How much of a win is this for Moonbirds holders, like from a monetary standpoint? Were these like, we were trying to figure it out, were these like free claims, these Mythics or the oddities?
Yeah, so Moonbirds originally got dropped in oddity, right? That came right after the Moonbirds drop, and you know, you have the choice of either burning that for an extra bird or not. And then you got an egg, and the egg could be one of those 3 different varietals. So yeah, you in essence, birds got 2 potential mythic birds, right? One of them for sure, the other one, it remains to be seen how many oddities survive this scorching fire, man. But you know, and from a floor perspective, I mean, I think it's still really too early to tell here with Mythics. Like, I think we're up to like 300 reveals. And so we still don't have the full picture yet. But if I think like they're going for somewhere like 0.4 all the way to like the highest one, which was that Fidenza hoodie for 2.2. So not a bad start, for a new novel mechanism. I mean, to think that we're still at like not even 1,000 yet, and we've seen all these different trades pop up. I'm just eager to see what comes next. I've seen some really cool traits that have just been like, I think they're still just been minted once, like the crocodile face. I don't know if you saw that one. I thought that was really dope. I'd love to get one of those.
So we might make our way back to talking about Moonbirds, oddities, mythics.
Yeah.
But I do want to move on a little bit to the first part of this episode. First of all, we see y'all in chat as well. I'll get to you here momentarily, but I need to talk to our other co-host, Gifted, who just got off a GM Web3 show, newly rebranded, by the way. I'm going to show that logo again. We're doing a lot of cool things. We got a newsletter coming later this week that we're going to try to get out daily as well. So just providing more value to y'all. Would love to ping the community as well, Gif, maybe next week and see what they'd like in that newsletter. But how was your GM Web3 morning show?
It was great, man. We had an awesome curated conversation. It wasn't one of these where we're just ad hoc, hitting on whatever headlines and news stories are coming at us. We had two special guests coming through and providing a boatload and a buttload of value today. First of all, Heroin, shout out to him. I'll send you a link. Maybe we can highlight him here in a moment, but very talented music producer, multidisciplinary artist, DGen, been in the space. He's the co-host of IRL Alpha in Venice. But yeah, he's just a really interesting dude. And he's had some really cool things happening. He popped off when SoundXYZ went open and opened it up. He had a trending track that went top 5 on sound.xyz, and he's continued to follow that up with new releases the last couple of weeks. And he's starting to get a lot of traction and attention for his creativity and his music. And so it was great to have him and learning a little bit more about SoundXYZ, his thoughts on music NFTs as a whole. And then Justin Murray, who's hanging out with us here in the chat, was gracious enough to come and do a little bit of educating around Solana, and specifically Get Code and Drip House. And so, yeah, it was a jam-packed episode, tons of value. And we did the hashtag Tech Tuesday thing over there on X. That's not, whenever I say the app, I feel like I have to do the it's like Zoltan, over there. But also Heroin came up with the best name for the Bird Box. Now it's the Xbox for sure. So
That's 100% staying long term. I want your take on being an Xer now, but let me get to the chat before we get into it. Prodigy saying OVOT. Shout out to him for being first there. Jeff Jag, gonna hang out today. Hang around, man.
Any day's a good day when Jeff Jag's just hanging out with us.
Yeah. Theo, I always get this name wrong. Theo Weiss, what's going on, fellas? Justin Murray saying broke everyone's minds with Drip House and Get Code earlier. Get one if you haven't tried both. We'll definitely be pulling those links up here to display them on stream. Nox Darkness, Prodigy saying financial advice: don't buy any of this shit. Wait for Yuga and save your monies. Everything else is sus. When he says financial advice, he means not financial advice. We are not financial advisors. Do not take what we say and put it towards any type of investment contract.
Except for Biggie.
Oh, with Biggie?
Yeah, Biggie knows what he's saying. The rest of us, nah.
All right. Well, we're going to get into the episode. A lot to cover. Genkai had a really cool announcement that I want to get to. Worldcoin Oni is partnering with a NFL superstar. Maybe that was a stretch calling him a superstar. At one point, he was a superstar. But Biggie, you're an Xer now. How do you feel, man? Because we got the news basically broke overnight on Monday, and we haven't gotten your take. What do you got?
I mean, it's a rebrand, right? I hope there's more, coming after it, right? Like, I'm sure some people that probably tattooed the little Twitter bird on their fucking bodies are a little bit pissed, but other than that, it's just a rebrand.
What do you mean? That's vintage. That's vintage.
Yeah,
now,
exactly.
Bro.
Yeah.
I might go get the little bird tatted on me now because it's ironic and vintage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I was never the biggest fan of the logo, to be honest. So I could, X is fine for me. I just want to see what comes afterwards because there's many videos that are popping up of Elon discussing, payments and WeChat and all this other stuff, and that's really what we're all looking forward to,
Yes.
right? Anything else is just, pretty pictures. I don't care. I got JPEGs for that.
All right, great point there at the end. It's really the features, I think, and I agree with you that we're looking forward to see what they push out. Hey, one thing I completely missed in this run up to this episode, and then Gifted will come in. We got to Rate My Bag's 10th edition today. It's been a month, folks. Believe it or not, it's been a month.
Hugh, I thought we were trying to cut these episodes down.
We are.
There's no way this is happening.
This is a cut down. This is a Rate My Boy. We're just gonna stop.
Lord, no. This is easily a 2-hour episode. Easy.
No way. This is going to be a short episode.
Well,
but
we're going to
I'm already getting a little angry just looking at it.
Yeah.
Oh, Justin wants to set this on fire.
Yeah, because this is not chain agnostic or decentralized enough for Justin. It doesn't hit the Nakamoto coefficient that he's looking for with this type of thing. Biggie, since we were getting your take on X real quick. We were kind of discussing both the bull and the bear take on Dogecoin being the global payment system for creators. Do you think it's even logistically possible to scale Doge as a global creator payment system? I don't know how much you know about the tech behind Doge, but there's big.
I'm no expert in Doge. As a speculator, obviously it's always teasing me, right? Especially when Elon opens his mouth. But I don't know. I got excited about it like a couple of months back. I think last year when they were developing Doge chain on Polygon, on their equivalent of the subchains or parachains. But Dogecoin as is, I don't think is very functional. I think isn't it like a fork of Litecoin or Bitcoin for that fact? I think it's too clunky. If you were to attempt something of the sort, I can't see how that would be possible without using some sort of L2 technology, right? And call it what you will. But still, I'm sure people will not stop speculating on it. That's my take on Doge.
Yeah, we're going to move into some of our topics here today. If you are here and you like the content, we appreciate it. If you like the video, it just takes you a moment. Helps us out a bunch. Thank you so much. All right, Biggie. I don't want to go into the mythics at all because we do have a breaking story. But this is a pretty sick mythic here. This is yours?
Yeah, man, that's my boy. I literally just revealed him. I just saw him for the first time right before we went live.
It's my baby boy. So proud.
Yeah,
dude, the jade.
I am very proud.
Yeah, that's really dope, dude. Congrats. And I just went and checked again, on the Proof website to make sure my oddities are elected or whatever they are. I'm still waiting. No movement on mine. I got 2. I got nothing yet to show for it, but I'm proud of you. I'm excited for you.
You'll get there, brother. You'll get there. I know the feeling, man. I'm still every time I see them reveal, I'm like, man, I need another one. I need another hit. But yeah, I'm super stoked on this. And green is my favorite color, so this one really satisfied many different urges in me, so I'm very happy about that.
All right, Quantum Variant saying Doge is just dog Bitcoin. It's the same thing. It's a disservice to audience not to cover Ordinal, Solana, and other chains.
We do.
We cover
Ordinals. We did a whole episode on Ordinals.
We were on Ordinals.
We can't go one episode without getting flamed. If we don't cover all of Web3 and every single protocol and chain in every single hour that we do, we're not doing it right. So apparently, I was
actually on the Lucky Trader space this morning, and they were saying Ordinals is kind of using the timeline died momentarily, right? You can get 0.1 Bitcoin or something like that. Gets you in the top 10 on Ordinals trading right now.
Did people figure out that it was a lot of pump and dump scammy bullshit over there, and that the rare sats were all kind of nonsense? Is that what they figured out? And that liquidity is a real struggle for Bitcoin?
Yeah.
The
casino has stopped somewhat, but there's going to be some good developments there. Another development, this is breaking news. This was right when we pressed live. Federal Reserve expected to raise interest rates by another 25 basis points. I think this was expected. Like we can check out the markets really quick. So I don't think we're necessarily like reacting heavily on the markets, but it's expected. Biggie, did you have something?
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I think Powell is on that. He will not deviate from his plan, and so he will. I think this is one. We might get one more afterwards, and yeah, still waiting for something to break, right?
Yeah. So. Go ahead, Giff.
Well, I was just gonna say, obviously we're not a fan of raised rates, but it seems like from, I don't pay that much attention to macroeconomics, but it does seem like the inflation rate has been successfully slowed, and a lot of people that were doubting what he was doing have maybe been quieted now because it seems like it's been working. So, hyperinflation would probably be worse than what we've had. Right?
I think Powell's actually set to talk tomorrow too. So there's some things happening more there outside of our NFT space, our Web3 space that we need to be paying attention to. So we'll probably be covering that. Likely we would have had some quotes by the time NFT Live plays tomorrow. All right. In the NFT space, there's a couple different conversations I want to have here. One of the bigger pieces of news popped this morning that Cyberkongz is actually minting some of these on Ronin Network. So Ronin Network is the protocol developed by the Axie Infinity team for their game and ecosystem. And that is actually happening, I believe at the end of the month. Let me make sure I get the details. July 27th. So two days from now at 12 p.m. Eastern, Genkai is going to be available. And there's a couple different conversations around this, okay? So one is the mint price. I'm interested on y'all's thoughts on 0.25 ETH for the mint price. Another is the fact that they've now gone to Ronin Network to release, I believe, a third, maybe cut that even in half. So 3,000 Genkai will be available on Ronin. It's 20,000 total.
Is that Axie? There's some other big project on Ronin, right? Is it Axie?
Yeah, that's what I said. The guys building the Axie project. Don't get distracted by the chat here, Giff. You got a lot.
I am. We're getting flamed. We're getting flamed over here, bro. It's hard,
Yeah, we listen. Chat, please calm down. Thank you. We're up here doing the Lord's work. I don't need somebody with like a blare horn, like putting it on the blast the whole episode. So thank you if you guys can calm down. So two things I mentioned there. One, moving to Ronin. The other, the mint price. And then I'm also, I think we talked about it, but the way that they're staking their minters is interesting. Or like the airdrop folks cannot sell this, I believe, until like 8 or 12 months down the line. At least if they don't want to be charged a fee. So I need to make sure I get those details again. But all right, break that down. Anybody have any thoughts on Genkai on the Ronin Network, which again is from Axie Infinity?
Man, all I see is friction there. That second line, right? Third line, where they mentioned the price and then that it must be on Ronin. I already like those two things are just massive at this point in time right now. 1.25 ETH is ambitious. And I get it. Like Cyberkongz or OGs in the space have done a lot, but I don't know. Like maybe I'm not too familiar with these things. Are these new assets going to be yielding bananas or something of the sort where, you're going to be printing money, or is it? I don't know. It just seems very ambitious. 0.25, and then the fact that it needs to be on Ronin chain. I think we saw it with Prohibition and with other platforms that have gone to different chains. Like not everybody's going to follow you there. I'm not, again, I was never big into Axie, and I know that they've been developing the Ronin chain. I'm not familiar with the Ronin chain either. I'm very curious. It definitely makes me perk my ears up a little bit that, Cyberkongz chose the Ronin network for this mint. I would be super interested into listening to why they think this tech is better suited for it versus many of the other inexpensive L2s there. Yeah. Just like to learn a little bit about the technicalities, right? Like I'm always looking to geek out a little bit there, see what I can wrap my head around. But right off the bat, just those two things, in my opinion, are going to be friction points for them. I wish them well, but man, ambitious.
Prodigy's asking, when does the Yugo show start? Quantum Variant saying bananas are security. Yikes on that one.
Your bananas, Quantum.
Look, this is again, we had the tech conversation this morning around adoption of layer ones, layer twos, all these different protocols. Like, this is more of a community play than it is a tech play, in my opinion. They're not going there because they're saying, hey, Ronin's like the fastest and we'll be able to do it. They're uber connected to the Axie team. Like the Coco Bear and the guys that are associated with Cyberkongz have a lot of tie-in to Axie. So I think what they're trying to do is say, hey, look, there's a lot of tie-in between these two communities. Let's make some available to the Axie fam that are going to buy this. So I don't know if it's a tech play. It's more of a, like, let's broaden and help a parallel community that is friends with us.
Okay, so not all of it will be, the entire mint will not be on Ronin chain, just a certain portion of it.
Yes, I believe the entire mint is 12,000. So they're going to drop 8. Okay, so total 20. They're dropping 8 to the holders, and then there's 9,000 and 3,000. So 3,000 available on Ronin, then 9,000 is the mint on ETH or Polygon.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
it's well, I think Biggie kind of hit it on the head that it seems like this is a little bit more complicated than you'd want for something that's clearly meant to be making your project and your IP more accessible. I don't know. Maybe it ends up being a win. And if it all comes down to the execution, if the execution can be flawless and it's like streamlined and there are synergies and ways that this all kind of comes together and grows the community, then it's a big W for them. So I don't want to like FUD it before we see how it turns out.
Yep.
But I am concerned. We've been showing and highlighting a lot of the communications as they've been coming out around Genkai for the last months now, a couple months maybe. We've been talking about this, getting excited about it. And it does seem pretty convoluted. Like every time that they do these big announcements, there's like a bunch of different parts of the thread with a bunch of different moving items. And that's not necessarily bad. But again, if you're trying to make something more accessible, I don't know that this is making it more accessible. And even just the price point alone, like Biggie said, is not super accessible. It is very ambitious. I hope it works out. I hope it's successful. Again, the space needs more W's. We need OG projects, crypto native IP like this to succeed. So I'm rooting for it. But I'm a little bit confused by Ronin, other than I actually agree with Justin. I wouldn't be surprised if they're getting paid something to be doing this. Because as we know, a lot of the chains are needing their hits. They need the communities, they need the culture, they need the big IPs on their chains. So Flow and Doodles 2 is an example of this. That didn't work.
Yeah.
Right? They tried to expand to a new chain with an expansion project. Didn't work. I think at least they're not going all in on like a new chain. So maybe that's better, but it does add an extra layer of complexity and confusion to all the communication around this. And then how do they do that moving forward? Because now you've got multiple different aspects and concerns within the community. The chasm of complexity gets deeper and wider. And now you're trying to you've got multiple different battlefronts that you're trying to wage, right?
Yeah, I see where you're going with it, but I think it's a net win in the storytelling perspective of Cyberkongz or Genkai, sorry. Like them being able to now tie in maybe to Axie and tell the story between those two. Like you can have the universe be built out there.
Well, okay. On the brand storytelling front, the name Ronin fits the Genkai of what they're doing. That is interesting. I give them that. That's creative. That's fun. But also if this is their way into doing more gaming stuff, which I think it probably is, then who knows?
Yeah.
But I think the bigger argument here now is that if you're going to choose to venture out into the alt chains, to just not say EVM chains solely, it behooves you to look at chains where there is a certain level of activity already, right? Things like Solana, things like Polygon, things maybe Arbitrum and Optimism. Ronin just feels, right now, from what I know, is just Axie and that's it, right? And it's been a while since I've seen anybody post anything about Axie. I don't know how active that game is still, right? It's definitely a risk, but if for whatever reason, motivations, whether it was, you know, in the form of like some kind of grant and money, or maybe, you know, just support for their fellow coworkers or friends. God bless them. I wish them well. Let's see how it plans out, but it's risky for sure. There's definitely a lot of friction there.
Prodigy saying they're selling on both chains. If you don't like Ronin, don't go. It's a good idea, to be honest. Might as well try it and see. They got 9,000 on ETH. Get you one, boo boo. Cactus Clouds is saying Axie no bueno. I mean, we listen. Axie Infinity and its role in the space has been well documented. So I think there is a argument to be made there. The last thing I want to do with this mint is look at the trailer, because we're big fans of storytelling, big fans of IP.
Trailer maxis.
Yes, I love that, Biggie. Let's go. Trailer maxis. It looks like there's a low frames per second that y'all are getting, so apologies for that.
I think it's partially the animation. Yeah, I was actually literally thinking in my head, is this like 12 frames per second or 10 frames per second?
No,
versus
it's running on the Ronin network. That's why it's a little bit laggy.
All right, we're out. Later.
No, because it's a different that was a sick burn, bro. All right, it's a different quality from like the Moonbirds animation, and even what Azuki paid, $300,000-$400,000 for this. This probably cost $20,000 or $15,000, maybe less. Maybe this was like $30,000, but between $10,000 to $30,000. Maybe is what they paid for this. So you can just see there's definitely a difference in quality. It's still cool. It's still good to see the IP evolve and come to life in different ways, but it's definitely not like super hi-fi cinematic, animation. It's not like the top quality anime that a lot of the other projects are buying in their trailers and trying to position themselves at.
Somebody in the comments had mentioned Dragon Ball Z and it having that kind of feel. Like Dragon Ball did not have as the art wasn't, again, to that Azuki level. At least the beginning episodes, I didn't follow it, through 20 seasons. But yeah, it looked a lot like Dragon Ball Z there.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm not, again, from the jump, I haven't been like all in on this art. I think it's obviously an improvement if they're trying to expand the IP. But I think Moonbirds is cooler. Like if I'm like, which one do I love more? I like the Mythics more, but I don't know. Again, I hope it succeeds. I hope this works. I really do. I wouldn't mind having a Genkai. I think they're pretty cool. They look pretty cool.
Yeah. So
would you have it on the Ronin network?
Biggie's coming back for seconds.
What? Yeah. So wait, what is that? Is that its own wallet? It's a Ronin wallet. Right?
Yeah, Ronin wallet on their own chain. Yeah.
All right. To be honest, like, say you wanted to sell it, is there a marketplace? Like an easy to go to marketplace for that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ronin's pretty built out. To your point, it's very concentrated. Like I don't think there's like many other games. I think the idea is to have it be a blockchain for gaming and then build out the universe there, but it's not that yet. But yes, there's a built out marketplace, built out wallet. And we'll see. I do want to throw this, and I'll try to get a poll for y'all, but I want to throw this lightning question out to y'all here on stage. 0.25 ETH, let's say a week after mint. Or let's go 2 hours after mint, and then let's go a week after mint. What do we think? So like the initial flip, and then maybe a little bit more down the line, 1 or 2 weeks. What are we thinking?
Ooh.
I think initially it gets up above half an ETH.
Ooh, I like that.
I don't know if it gets over 1 ETH because of the supply and because of the current market conditions and lack of liquidity in general. Everybody's going to be desperate to get out with whatever they can. So I think flips are going to be fast and furious. And yeah, maybe it gets up above a half an ETH on the initial flip. I would be surprised, again, how short-minded people are in this current environment. If it held its floor past a week, it might. Who knows? Like the cyber, like you can't deny that Cyberkongz have held a tremendous amount of value and have a very robust, strong community, right?
Yeah.
But again, on a big expansion project like this that has no track record and people are just gonna probably be desperate for liquidity, I would be surprised if it doesn't dip below the mint price within a week.
Okay. All right. So I dropped that poll in chat. Is Genkai going to be over 0.5 ETH at any point? So what do you got, Biggie?
Yeah, I think 0.5 is also my max. I mean, I don't see it climbing for above that. I'm more curious if whether it's gonna even mint out. I honestly, I mean, again, I like the Cyberkongz, but this is their third collection, right? Like they have those, they have the babies, and then this
fourth.
Yeah,
they got a lot of supply.
So I'm not sure, man. I'm as cool and fun as it is. I don't see it minting out 0.25, man. I mean, there's a lot of things coming up that I think warrant more attention. That have done a better job. At least I don't know what they're doing with this new Genkai. Like I didn't get to catch that episode you guys did with them, but what the roadmap is, what the future deliverables or experiences are going to be like. So honestly, I can't weigh in on it in a smart way. It's just my feels is 0.25 is very ambitious for this for this moment in time right now, and there is a lot of competition for that 0.25 ETH that can be. I feel like it's a safer play, like just in the art sector.
Yeah, Cyberkongz always has a way of proving me wrong. Like they're one of the projects that is very much in that. Do you want to be right? Do you want to make money? So they know how to interact in this environment in Web3. They know what it takes to have a successful collection when it comes to price and all that stuff. So I will say that I don't think it gets to 0.5. I think the supply is too high. The environment's not right for that. So we'll see. Hopefully, hey, we wish all the best to Genkai, though. Seriously, like I do wish all the best.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was laughing at Prodigy over here. Azuki, best drop of 2023, 100%.
Rocky is not a big fan. Cyberkongz is great pixel art. Genkai is low tier artwork, so not the biggest fan. But we're big fans of Cyberkongz, so hopefully they do well. Here's another collection that we're of course intimately involved in. Biggie, I don't know. Did you see the PFP change? Biggie?
I saw.
Jeez.
I saw.
Biggest headline yesterday.
That's
huge
pretty fire,
man. Huge headline. Nobody could stop talking about
this. It's a big thing, man. When you change your PFP, right? Like, I think, I don't know.
Yeah, you're like the thread guy of Oni Force, and I'm like Jack Butcher, and I'm gonna do some crazy shit with it. I'm gonna put it in my Gifted logo with your Oni Force, and it's gonna be crazy.
If I could get back my bubblegum ape, I probably would rock that until the end of time. But if I never, I didn't feel the connection I did to that bubblegum ape with any of the rest of my apes. So I feel a connection to the Oni I was able to snag off the floor though now, and I love what they're building. But anyways, Oni Force. proud to announce Team Juju. So Juju Smith-Schuster, a wide receiver for the Patriots now. I think he just won the Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs. Now he's on the Patriots. Renowned gaming aficionado. So that's a very important piece right there. As our newest Oni. And can you give me what this is? Oni Kai? Like what is this key action influencer?
Oni Kai. Yeah. So those are the what are the, so there's the fuck, I'm forgetting now, but there's the like top tier Onis. There's only like 6 of them or something like that. Those are the commies. And then the Oni Kai are the like ambassadors, right? So like Azuki was one, and I think what's his name? The fighter, I can't think of his name right now, but world champion.
Oh, you're talking about Israel.
Adesanya. So like they've had a few of these different Oni Kais, which are basically like honorary ambassadors that have joined in the Oni Force community in different ways. And so yeah, I guess he's the next one, which means that he will get a custom PFP created by Brian Lee probably, which is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, you could already see a little bit of the art there. Nick Swerve was saying other side is the only drop better than the Azuki Elementals. And probably saying Oni needs to get Snoop into them and it's GG. Yeah, listen. So Juju, I think, is big time because he is a huge gamer. If they can somehow add that into his Twitch streams or things like this, I think that provides a lot of coverage. As a football player, I mean, he's a good above average player, but he's not like by any means like gonna get the reach of Tom Brady or any of like the largest even wide receivers. So I think this is more for on the gaming front. This is really cool. So yeah, shout out to Oni there. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Oni a lot. We're big holders of Oni, and we actually like what they're doing. It's not.
We are. I got a bag. I got a bag on Oni right now. But I of course didn't play it as smart as you, Q, waiting till they hit 0.8.
So my question to you, Q, here was it a lucky thing? You just decided to go scrolling for what's available on Oni and you stumbled upon it, or do you have alerts set up for that particular trade?
I don't have alerts set up. I actually really don't. I was on, and for whatever reason, I was just, on my computer here and had my kind of blur set up kind of to my left here and just looking at the price source because it was getting into that range, right? It was 0.8. And it was a good time for me to start buying Onis. So I was in that environment. And then I just saw that one pop up. And I was like, I couldn't have sprinted to my fucking ledger faster, man. It was wild.
I bet, man. That's insane. That's cool. Very cool. Very cool.
Israel's monster. Every fight is dope. Just got his first one. We've been with Oni for since the goddamn beginning. I hate having to spread like fight against this FUD. We had the team on for the live mint. I got my first one during mint for Oni Force, folks. So, anyways, all I want to do is spread positive news across the world here.
And just for the record, in case nobody knows, I had my first Oni before they even launched, and I'm still hodling. So just know that if any haters out there doubting our credentials, I got airdropped one from the team before they even launched. So
sheesh, had to one up me there. All right,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anybody out there who's going to be dating
pre-launch,
shitting on our Oni credentials can suck it.
Yeah, I thought of Oni Force, and then the team stole it. That's how early I was.
I mean, I may or may not have been trying to talk to Brian Lee about doing a generative project.
All right,
early on.
We've made it to the Yuga Lab show. We're not going to touch on heavy metal. I think so. The season is continuously going on, so there's not much to report there. But we do have an Ape Fest claim. So if you're a mutant or an ape, which I did not sell my ape. That rumor was going around on this channel as well. I see you guys. But on Wednesday, July 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern, so that's tomorrow night at 8 p.m., the tickets for Hong Kong are going to be available. I believe this is for the Miami. No, this is probably just Hong Kong, yeah? Yeah, AFES Hong Kong. So that's what we're doing. We're at least that's what Bored Ape is doing. I don't think we're getting over to Hong Kong, but it's still up in the air. There's also a couple other updates from Yuga that were interesting. GIF, I don't know if you saw the Made by Ape licensing piece.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we talked about it when they announced it and they've officially launched it. I haven't gone and looked at the website yet, though. We should go look at it. This is really cool. It's very exciting to see communities continue to support projects supporting the community in new big ways like this. Obviously, there's been a lot of entrepreneurial creativity and spirit coming out of the Bored Ape ecosystem, whatever, collectors. And now they're finding new ways to celebrate, support all of this, help these startup businesses that have popped up out of the Bored Ape community. I'm all for this. I think it's very exciting. And I hope that more of these bigger projects can find ways to encourage their community and support startups and entrepreneurs within their communities.
So you can see the different sectors here: alcohol, beverage, cannabis, clothing, entertainment, games, storytelling, toys. So the main point I want to ask you here, Gif, is like these were all created prior to the licensing agreement. Obviously, you can do what you would like with the ape that you own and things like this. We've talked about copyright and licenses. But what does this change? This is just like more support from Yuga and from Bored Ape Yacht Club?
Right. It's promotion and distribution support, if nothing else, right? I don't know the ins and outs of like exactly what this means. Like if you're a startup, other than getting in their website and getting that additional distribution and promotion, like I don't know what else it means besides that right now. But I could imagine they're hosting global events now. If you're part of Made by Apes or whatever, are you not going to be featured at all of their events and have placement at all of their events, or in any or in other side, for instance? Are you not going to be integrated into the other side and the 10 KTF, what is it, New Tokyo or Neo Tokyo, shopping experience? Like I think it's tremendous given the amount of things that they're already doing, that they need cool products and showing the utility of their IP in IRL and digital experiences. I think it's huge for all those people to get recognized and promoted more. Again, what else does it mean besides that? Maybe it doesn't need to mean anything else besides that, other than like you're officially in the Made by Apes storefront or whatever. And so you now get placed in all these different experiences, probably.
Yeah, Squash has a great chat here. I'm trying to work out the music. Give me just a sec. But he has a great chat, always bringing up some Ape Alpha. He's saying, yes, you have to register. And if you get verified, you get the Made by Ape stamp of approval and a license number. And you can use that in your promotional material with your product and service. So you were always, again, able to kind of go about this. This is just offering more support, I think. And I honestly, like, I was talking with Baron Von Hustle from Other Space, and he made a great like soundbite in saying that Bored Apes is the greatest example of decentralized brand building up to this point. And I don't think it's simping to say that. I think that what we've seen from the community building out these different actual physical products. I know, Justin, you're talking about dApps, but these are like real world brands like IRL. You're able to like put on the hoodie. You're able to drink the water. You're able to smoke the weed. You're able to do all this stuff. You're able to read the magazines. You're able to collect the toys. This is all built by the community, not Yuga. And so it is actually one of the greatest achievements that Bored Ape has, is the fact that the communities ran with this stuff. Whether they can continue to do that and in what environment, that's up for debate.
And that's what this is about, right? It's trying to empower that into the future. That's what it's all about, trying to make sure that there's support for the community to continue to grow and do what they do, and hopefully bring in more entrepreneurs as well. I also wanted to address Squashman's comment down there. Q did not sell his ape. He just used OpenSea's deals to trade it for that Oni. And that's true. Also, everybody go tweet about that. And it also reminded me, I meant to ask you, Biggie, if we could do a deal for that Jade Mythic. I've got a dick pic.
$2.
I've got a dick pics NFT with your name.
Bro, I'm a dick pics whale, man. I got like 15 of those things.
Whale dick? Yeah, whale dicks is the next project. if nobody's created 10,000 whale vaginas, what are we doing, San Diego?
What are we doing? All right, we got Cool Cats Justin, I gotta mute you, bud. Sorry, like I'm not gonna physically mute you, but I'm gonna mute you from my mind for the rest of the episode. I was gonna show off a lot of Solana stuff too. That's unfortunate.
We were gonna do it, but he couldn't wait.
Much, dude.
He couldn't wait.
You gotta, man. It's already hard enough up here. Anyways, we got a Cool Cat message. Are Cool Cats worth? That's a really great. That's an existential question. I think. Are Cool Cats worth? We buying Cool Cats right now, 0.7?
No, but not because I don't like Cool Cats. Honestly, I've been rooting for them for a while now. I think I don't know, where did they go astray, Q?
Milk.
Yeah. I don't know. I still think they've got a shot at bouncing back. They're definitely in that plush toy, pudgy, cute, arena, and they definitely got they still have a community, and I don't know, for some reason I just think that they can still turn things around. Definitely not a buyer at 0.7. I mean, just in general right now, you gotta be really tight-fisted with your ETH. And I need to see more of what they plan to do in the future, which I haven't really been good at keeping up with. But I heard they did great at Comic-Con.
It seemed like of all the projects that did extremely well at Comic-Con, Cool Cats was in third place. Just from looking at the activations, and Pudgy's absolutely getting after it, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. From what I think you're right. Like what you just said about Comic-Con and Cool Cats. If from what I could tell, not being there, to be fair, I wasn't there, but watching the coverage and the reactions on X, I think you're right. It seems like maybe Pudgy's was the standout, got tons of attention. Then Oni did really a strong showing, and then Cool Cats did all right, maybe. But I'm also anecdotally, from my own opinion, looking at that stuff, I'm a little bit underwhelmed. When you look at the way that Oniforce represents itself and comes to life, the quality of the art and the execution of the different things that they're doing, it grabs your attention, man. It is awesome to look at. Pudgy Penguins, the quality of their execution on their IRL events and their products is super top notch, high quality. And Cool Cats just feels kind of run of the mill, take it or leave it. And again, I one of the biggest flips I ever made was a Cool Cat. I have liked Cool Cat since the beginning, so I guess I'm fudding them a little bit, but I want them. I want them to succeed. I want them to win, but looking at the way that their IP is coming to life, it doesn't, to me, stand up as strongly as some of these other projects that they're going up against. It just doesn't look as good. It doesn't look as impactful. It doesn't grab me in the same way.
Yeah. I agree with all of that.
And sometimes it takes a while, right, to find that that angle, right, or that little niche where you can plant your flag and really take over, right? It feels like certain projects are finding it now, right? Pudgy's, yes, you mentioned, right? For so long we're kind of just ignored, and then all of a sudden in comes Lucanets, comes up with a proper plan, and people rally behind these things, right? And you can see it the minute somebody touches a particular nerve. That's where you throw gasoline to the fire, right? And so my only thing is that they're still, what I still find admirable is that they're still out there. They're still looking to engage and to take shots at goal. And they've messed up a couple of times, but unlike so many other projects out there, they still seem to have runway, right? And they're still putting out stuff there. So I find that it's still possible that they will find that moment for them and really be able to take off, much like Oniforce did as well, right? It was only until recently that it kind of got rekindled and took off. So let's see.
Cool Cats is in that category of me questioning whether they're going to really return in the next cycle. I think the ones that we talk about every day, And again, this is some of our, where we've chosen to put our time. I think even something like a Genkai and Cyberkongz will do well. Cool Cats, to me, I'm like, man, so you're right there on the edge.
So like, what is the thing about the Cool Cats brand that sticks out to you the most? To me, it's kind of hard to identify something. Like with Nouns, they've done such a good, blue, right? Yeah. So like Nouns, they've done such a good job branding the Noggles. It's something iconic that people can throw into their own projects. To be honest, like Pudgy's, it's just a cute little penguin. Like, I don't know. I don't even know the answer with Pudgy penguins other than it's a cute little fucking penguin. But with Cool Cats, I really struggle with that brand and who their target is, other than just like maybe some plushies at a cheap, thrift store. Like it's so like, again, I'm not trying, like I am kind of flooding them right now but I'm trying to understand like in the future, where do they go with this right now? And it's still a struggle for me to see where they go, other than, they've got some plushies in Walmart. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's literally what I see right now when I think about Cool Cats. I just see some plushies that are pretty cheap, run of the mill in Walmart. And, maybe they can build some kind of kids brand around that. But I don't even see them really as like a big Web3 IP. You know what I mean? Like what are they going to I don't know if they have what it takes to turn into a game. The reason why they were so successful is because they were early and they did the fat line art PFP really, really good with some cute art. They were the original fat line cute art character. So just by the provenance of being first, they fucking killed it and everybody loved it. But that's not enough to scale a meaningful IP. Like it is the blue cat head that people like, but is that iconic or differentiated enough or impactful enough? I don't know. I think that's what I'm struggling with. Like, where does this go? Where does this brand go?
Yeah, if the first thing you're saying about the project is like it was big in the last cycle, that's like a definite red flag. Like if that's the first thing, and then maybe it's not the first thing, right? But just keep that in mind when you're looking at some of these projects. I think Cool Cats is in that category.
And then I feel like they really tried to tackle that same, niche that Pudgy Penguins is doing successfully now, right? Which was like kind of like the kids and the plush toys and all that stuff. But yeah, the execution might have not been up to par. And it's unfortunate because like I recall like what was it, like NFT NYC, where it was like one of all the rage like of the top like IRL like family friendly activations that they had around was like them and Doodles. And it's sad to see that it's not working out.
I could not see them launching a limited edition collectible and selling out 20,000 of them or whatever like Pudgy Penguins has done, right? Mm-hmm. And I think Biggie, you're right. They are kind of going head to head for that same kind of family friendly kids collectible toy type market. The kids cartoon, that market. I don't see them getting anywhere near that kind of traction that Pudgy Penguins is already seeing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they can figure that out. But
so hopefully that answered your question. I forgot even who answered that or asked that first. Yi Wu, our Cool Cats worth. Hopefully you took some of what we said there and can make it out. It's a coin flip, man. Whether they're going to be really a part of the next cycle, in my opinion, but we'll see. Anyways, NFT Go Bag Check really quick. Wanted to get to it and look at the market analysis as we make funny faces around the NFT Go Bag Check logo, per usual. Thank you, NFT Go, for being the sponsor on this week's episode of NFT Live. We have the market sentiment meter being cold as hell. If it gets any lower, 16 is the lowest I've seen. So that's going to be really perilous. You can see that the blue chip index is down against ETH and USD over the last 7 days. Market cap and volume. Let's zoom out on the volume chart here as well, so you can see the lack of volume here in the Ethereum ecosystem. Same thing against USD. So we're definitely at a low activity. I would say is probably the nicest way to say it. We're at one of the
what's happening on Solana? What's happening on Solana, Nifty Q?
Oh, I love my job. All right, here we go. 24 hours. Mutant Apes. As he's sitting at the top. Number one is Zuki's, Punks, Bored Apes, Captains, Pudgies, Art Blocks, The Gods, Opepin, and Kennel Club bringing in the top 10. I'm actually surprised kennels are traded as much as they are. Like there's no like real like what's the activity around Kennel Club for? There's staking that can be attached right now. I don't know if there's that much utility. There's none in heavies until we get to the next part. I think there's like another evolution that kennels will take part in. But yeah, the kennel always interests me there. Bored Ape, Azuki, Mutant, Punks, everything looks pretty much the same other than Miladies and Azuki Elementals in the top 10 over the last 7 days. Marty McFly coming in and saying Solana. This is the battle we actually need. Marty McFly versus Justin Murray. Just getting after it on why Solana is the greatest thing that mankind ever existed or created, or why Solana sucks in general. And I can't wrap my head around it because we had an hour-long conversation and we're like super cordial and like we're talking back and forth, and then we're about literally I had Solana brought up next, but I think we should cover some other things, man, because I can't deal with like I can't be like called bias on my own show when the people that are talking in the chat all have their own biases. So it's tough. It's a tough one, man. I struggle with it as well. I can see y'all do, but it is what it is.
The space is full of complex characters and egos that we have to navigate every single day. And it's a complicated world. It's a complicated industry. We do our best. And you know what? We can't always cover everything. And that's just part of it, but we try.
And also be active in everything as well. We can't touch every protocol and other things that we're doing in the space and have the time to also bring you these shows and do what we want to do with those. So anyways, I'll get to some of y'all's comments here in a second. I don't think we're going to hit Worldcoin, so let's just do it. Unless you got something else, folks, I think it's time. We got about 10 minutes left, 10, 15 minutes to go through.
Oh,
I can already see.
I did really love that there's a lot of great Worldcoin takes coming out here. One thing that I wanted to address on the show this morning that we didn't get to, that I'll just bring up really quick, because I actually think there might be something to it, and I just think it's interesting to like think about. Worldcoin and the X, launch kind of both happened on the same day. They're both very much focused on this global financial system, reinventing global finance. And Sam Altman and Elon Musk have beef. It's like well documented around OpenAI, ChatGPT, and like the startup of that. They had a fallout, and so it's very interesting that there might be beef behind this development and what's going on with these two, basically stars of technology and AI and crypto now. That might be the future for both of them, right? I mean, Worldcoin is a cryptocurrency. So it's exciting because just like Elon is like picking fucking fights with Mark Zuckerberg and all that shit.
Dude, I'm all for it, man. MMA, like entrepreneurial MMA. Yeah, whale MMA. That would be badass.
Yeah. Anyway.
So I got two polls here. Will Genkai drop go over 0.5 ETH? 90% of you said no. So it looks like we're getting around the same comments here from Genkai. And I'm going to end this poll here as well that says, do you like Cool Cat's art? 75% of you said no. So it looks, geez. We're on point. We're on point here with the community. Right. We need to stick Prodigy at the door. I think we need like a security thing at the door here. Anyways, let's get into the bag check here. We got about 15 minutes. We want to stay within an hour and 10 here. So let's generally hit on the 10th edition here. Justin, you might just want to like find some pillow to hide under until this is over, because there's no Solana projects on this as of yet. Although I think
DeGods was a Solana project, so
that's fair.
I guess there's an ex Solana project there.
Ex Solana project. So yeah, we're covering it. We checked one base.
I don't know that helps. I don't know.
It definitely does not. But it's funny. All right, S tier. Azuki is at S tier. The last time we touched this was before the Azuki drop, baby.
Yo, and we were literally talking about, I could see them moving up, or like, they literally had just moved up. Wow,
Worldcoin
we moved them up.
Okay,
Justin, Worldcoin is junk tokenomics. I vibe with you on that, brother. All right, what do you got, Biggie? Go ahead.
No, I want to know how far down we're gonna knock Azuki.
That's a good,
Like
great
in
question.
my opinion, it needs to be below B.
I was gonna say C. I was gonna say C. I don't think we could put them in rec just because of like.
All right.
I would put them in C. Biggie, what do you want?
That's fine. C sounds fine. Yeah, sure. C.
And well, if Gift thinks wrecked, this might be a community question. I think then if this is where we're at already.
I don't think they're fully wrecked yet, but again, it's like if y'all have been watching this show and you're fans of Rate My Bags, you may recall early on I didn't want to even include them when they launched because of the Zagabond, the shitty allegations. And now they've kind of shown their true colors again, which is why it's like, sure, put them in C, but I mean, like, I don't like
a 5 ETH floor, which is ridiculous.
I know. This is where
more to tumble to get to the D level.
That's fair. That's fine. I'm just saying, man. They've shown their true colors multiple times, and the fact that their strategy was to get the bag and fuck over their brand and their original community. I just think it's poor form.
Jeff, where do you think Azuki should lie? Where should Azuki lie on this list? I'm just opening that up. No poll, but I want to get y'all's take because right now it's between wrecked, D, and C. We shall see where that goes.
This chat's amazing right now. Holy fuck.
The Prodigy's getting after it. I love to see it. All right. So Mutants moves over. Noun still Yetis have to stay. They are one of the premier projects.
I'm pretty sure they were S tier before CryptoPunks, actually.
They were S tier before the world existed.
Yeah.
Why are mutants in the S tier, may I ask?
That's a fair point. Do mutants still belong in S tier? At a certain point, they also had like a 15 ETH floor, right? Like, they have been and continue to be in the top 10 traded collections every single fucking day. It's one of the biggest collections and maintain a great floor. They haven't fucked over their community and actually have utility. So I don't know. That's the argument to me for why they might still remain in S, but I could see also, given that they've taken a dump like so many other projects recently, maybe they drop to A now. I don't know.
Okay. Artifact should not be in the A category.
Yes.
Clonex. Clonex has been hurting.
I think it could go down to the B at the very least.
Also, captains. What do we do with captains now? We can update that. Yeah.
So much has happened since we touched Rate My Bags last.
So where would you put Clonex?
I'll put him in B.
Drop him to B?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. I'm with it. Good thing Ronin's not here.
We're actually running out of space here and have been for a long time, but I think we finally hit our max here on the 10th edition. If we move Artifact down, we'll either have to move something up, which I could get in behind Moonbirds being an A. With their latest reveal, I think they're doing an okay job here. Like if I'm looking at the other projects at A, I think Moonbirds can be in that category.
Well, do we keep Moonbirds where they are and add Mythics on? Maybe that's what we're doing, right? Shouldn't we just add Mythics?
Is it?
I mean, I'm surprised. I love my Avagachi crew, but they're on A. I mean, sure.
Look, the algorithm takes in many inputs. Okay.
Yeah, I can see that I was not present for that algorithm input the last time we went through this. And fuck it.
I feel like Gotchi's building. Gotchi, if you move Moonbirds out of this category, and maybe even Fluff World, Gotchi's probably building more than the rest of that row, like not combined, but more so than any of those. But I agree that Moonbirds and Fluff are doing some good stuff.
Yeah, and Dick Butts B, really? I like Dick Butts, but it's like I don't know, it's like a cult.
That is an iconic meme project. I will not let you sit here and besmirch the crypto dick butts on this show.
They're the shit, but they're more like a C grade. Like they're not exactly building, right? Like they're just kind of like get you a crypto bug and chill. Same with the motherfuckers, in my opinion. Those are like PFPs that you just like they're not gonna like deliver any future value to you or roadmaps or experiences. Same with Gremlin's Toads, which I'm a fan of as well. World of Women, could we like come on?
So I also see the Cyberkongz babies on here, and I almost feel like we should just have Cyberkongz be one collection. But I also understand the bias of having mutant apes. I just feel like that's a larger, it like has a larger breadth of people that hold it, and
they're both
are involved.
Big, they're both big collections with very disparate floors, though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but we need to open up space for potential newcomers and to shuffle the boards. I would take out the babies, the Cyberkongz babies, and I would take out, as much as I love them, the Kodas. Like, you got 2 Yuga assets there. That's good enough. Like Kodas.
Damn.
And I love them. Like if I was to get something, it would be a Koda.
Do we keep beans where they are, or drop beans also?
Fuck beans. Yeah, I mean, like honestly, like right now it's all about Azuki. Like elementals and beans are just, consequential to whatever Azuki does next. So I would just focus on Azuki right now. They can come back later, but at the moment, I don't think they deserve a space in this beautiful board.
You think beans?
Yeah.
Which I could get behind that. Do we move beans like completely?
Yeah, like delete it.
I just think just drop them. Oh, okay.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah. We need to open up space.
Beans, clip that. 10K is not near A or V friends is wrecked for sure. Mutant man, this is a bear market chat right here. This is a bear market chat.
No, it is an overloaded board that needs to be cleaned up. And so, like, for example, oh my God, what is that? The one next to the motherfucker, to the left of the motherfucker. It's what are they called?
Oh, Digidaigaku.
Yeah. Like, where are they now? Or what are they doing? I mean, I'm not fudding it, not shitting it, but
I'm still waiting for my dragon eggs to hatch, man. What the fuck? What's up with my dragon eggs? Digidaigaku?
You were really standing for Digidaigaku.
I was, because I was stoked. Like, dude, watching the dragon eggs with the Super Bowl, I was like, fuck, dragons are dope. I want to see some dragons hatching in my fucking wallet. But what are they doing? I got a bunch of dragon eggs. What the fuck?
Like, also goblins, in my opinion, like they need to do something to remain in this board regardless. So I would take out.
Well, they got Big Ink coming or whatever that's called, right? We really haven't talked about that. I don't know if people are actually excited about it or not. They've been doing some fun like social activations and stuff for Big Ink, and we really haven't covered any of that. Again, there's just so much happening. It's impossible to actually cover everything every day. But we try. we really try our best up here, and not everybody is going to agree or be happy, and that's that.
Yeah. I actually used the timeout feature for the first time in a long time. So happily, we have a grown man in timeout in our chat. We will see. I'm moving Moonbirds up.
It got there.
It got there. It had to.
It got there. Oh my God.
Marty's saying Goblin sucks. Man, this chat is fucking awesome today. Oh, Marty.
Oh man.
Okay, so Moonbird today, can we agree with that? And I think we had a comment from Jeff saying that C or D for Azuki. So I think we're comfortable.
I think like they should be like for them to be on this board, something should be like about to happen. They should be relevant to a certain degree. I mean, Azuki is fucking up, but they're still relevant, right? So they get to stay. but like,
But we can't
example,
apply that to
Gutter Cat.
everybody.
Gutter Cat.
Like,
Gutter Cat.
Oof.
What's
Gutter
up with
Cat's
that?
actually doing shit. Gutter Cats actually has the
They-
LaMelo stuff going on. They're on
Yeah.
ESPN. Like they're showing off the jerseys when they're wearing when they're playing those exhibition games.
Okay. Is it a C level or a D level? Is my question. My follow-up question to that.
Nick said, "Yo, I didn't know that could happen. Now I want to be more provocative. Do
Hey.
we have enough?
fuck
Do we have
around,
to deal enough with that?"
fuck around and find out. Swerve.
Got my hand. I got the
Fuck around and
trigger
find out,
finger
my
ready, dude. I got my trigger finger.
Nifty Q is not afraid
The safety
use-
is off.
to use the mute button, y'all. You just learned a hard lesson out there. These chats ain't no joke. It's hard in these chats. All right.
All right. Okay, so we have an
Yeah, I
opening
agree
at
with
B.
Prodigy. Subducks can eat a dick. Like they're done.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Come on.
But
Fuck
fun
the
in my
memes.
bags.
We're
Just
getting
fun in my
banned.
bags, bro.
Come on. Kill him. Kill him. Hit that button.
Oh God. Oh, we got to take on the Kongs coming in here. People catching up.
Oh yeah.
A lot of disconnect due to lack of info. Third collection, gens and babies are same contract, but entire punk PNK is leaving Poly going to Ronin. Bridging built. The entire PNK. I don't know what that means, but yeah, if you want to share any more details, really appreciate any Kongs aficionados filling us in on what's going on.
Yeah, Gutter Cat Gang, B level effort, D tier. Squash always coming through with the good ones. We'll see. Okay, Shisha, break out that comment. You were saying there's a lot of disconnect due to lack of info. Third collection. So gens and babies are the same contract. We saw that. You see that actually on the marketplaces. It's hard to actually track the prices. But I know they have the VX collection as well, and now the Genkai collection is moving to Ronin as well. So yeah, break that out a little bit. We've been covering Cyberkongz for a little bit here. Hash Rhyme's always been talked about. We interviewed Henry the Grape as well, who's like one of the face of that project. So we're trying to get as much info out as possible on the Cyberkongz, and we want to see them do extremely well.
So it sounds like they're trying to bridge as much of the project as possible over there. That's interesting. And yeah, play and collect. So they're trying to gamify it, gamified minting. Yeah, that's what I was guessing with moving to Ronin. They're trying to get more into the gaming aspect. But that's interesting if they're trying to actually bridge more of their collection over there.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, DP, what's up?
Wrecked here.
You don't know. Rewind 5 minutes and catch up to us, DP. You'll see where we're at. Let's see. DP saying not a thing. Just finished an interview. Let us know what you're getting interviewed for there. That'd be dope. All right, Robotos. What did you say, Biggie?
Wrecked tier.
Wow.
Dude, that hurts. That hurts my soul.
Hey, they can redeem themselves, but they need to be put in their place, GIF. If not, they'll never get the message.
That hurts my soul.
Starcatcher's kind of wrecked also.
Yeah.
Damn, Biggie's coming through with the axe today. You love to see it.
Yeah, we need to clear up some space, Q.
We got to clear up some space to move things down further.
Happy seals.
I feel like
Why are they on B?
The seals are the seals are on B?
Yeah.
Where?
Like who? Why did that happen?
It's above Nakamigos.
Oh, seals at B.
Yeah.
Come on.
Seals
now.
are
No.
dude.
Dude,
we should add a tier underneath rec that's just you're in timeout for a while.
And then just Justin's PFP. Dude is sub-wrecked. Doodles at B, I mean, they're doing things, right? Didn't they just had that piece with camps come out? Like an IRL activation like that? I feel like Doodles can stay.
I think they're fine for now.
Sure.
For now, Doodles. Watch out.
For now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for now.
Watch your ass.
You might end up in timeout. If those camp store activations aren't lit, you're gonna end up in timeout, doodles.
So this is interesting. Shisha's saying that the Genkai that's minted on Ronin can then be bridged to ETH in the future. So I guess they're just doing that to access liquidity on Ronin then. I mean, if you can move back, what's the point of doing it in the first place? But
I think probably it's better for gaming. Again, it's probably a more scalable gaming infrastructure there.
Yeah, you could see that. All right, I don't necessarily agree with Codas not being their own thing, but might be able to talk me into it. Reddit avatars, we moved up when we were talking about the usage and the amount of wallets that hold Reddit avatars. It could be like the most successful Ethereum project.
And they're coming up with another mint soon. We'll see what happens. Again, other than delivering it and opening it up to a huge community of Redditors, like I haven't seen anything that really makes it stand out as to what they're doing in the Web3 space specifically. But if you want to keep it an A for their contributions to the masses, that's fine. Codas, I get it. They are their own thing. But again, I haven't heard any updates that are upcoming or what they're going to do, how they're going to play in the ecosystem. For them to garner an A seems way too ambitious, like just because they're Yuga. I think they don't need to be in the board yet. Mm-hmm. They can come back, right? Like they can be there, just not at the moment.
All right, more takes from the community here, because we got a little bit. I think we're going to be here for like another 5 minutes. We want to exit out here at 1 hour and 20 minutes. We've got a couple other collections we need to move around. We've done a lot. Biggie brought his scissors today because we chopped off a bunch. Artifact is down. We got Subducts and Wrecked. We got Star Catchers and Robotos and Wrecked. So we can move some over. But what else do we see? What about the Nakas? We see the Nakas. We see Cool Cats that we just touched on.
I think Nakas are good where they are. I was thinking about that. I think they're fine.
Yeah.
Based heads, man.
Yeah, they'll come back. I'm not worried about base heads, but yeah, they need to deliver a little more. I can see that happening. I mean, honestly, in Goblin Town, really? What is this ink thing that they're doing, Gif? You seem to be more plugged in there.
Big Ink?
Yeah.
It's an expansion project.
Get everybody tattoos or something?
Yeah, it's an expansion project to the Goblins. And yeah, I can't tell if there's any. Yeah, I can't tell if there's any really excitement around it. Like
in my opinion, if you want to talk deliverables, I think base heads in that respect is way better than them. Like they've actually grown a YouTube channel to like over 10,000 people in like a very short time period. They're in the conversation of the metaverse and everything. Like Goblins isn't doing anything.
Yeah.
Well, and then the one next to it is.
There was that game that popped off on Twitch that was actually like built on Goblins IP. I think that there's more to Goblins than
I think it had Goblin IP in it. I don't think it was built off Goblin IP.
I think the world that they were in was supposed to be their world. So it's tomato a little bit, right? Yeah. We're kind of saying same things.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, dude. So the timeout feature is held by YouTube. So YouTube generously said, take off the cap, come back to the class, and now you're here. But just know, I got a light finger right now. Okay, or heavy. I should say heavy finger, light trigger. just know that's there. And Nick Swervis, come on, man. I know you're out there too. I need to hear some provocative things from you. All right, Gutter's fine at C. Chimpers, I mean, Biao fam.
Sure.
Is Biao. Like Biao fam.
Come on now. Biao is Biao is over-based heads. Come on. Yeah. And then and Kid Called Beast. I mean, I haven't kept up with it. I never meant it. I know there were a lot of our listeners that were super bullish on him, but what's up with that? Like what are they doing lately?
Which
What's
one were
been
you talking about?
Kid Called Beast.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not in that community. So we got Wrecked Guys, Miladies, Renga.
Yeah.
Miladies is another one that doesn't sit well with me, but fine. You know,
It's edgelords, bro.
Kind of
It's
like
the
right there
edgelords.
with Azuki.
It does feel that way. What happened to the Chungos, GIF?
They're pretty wrecked. I'm sitting here thinking about that. I don't know, man. They launched at a hard time. They actually did pretty well, you know. And again, it's like I think it was a fun community, but when it didn't keep pumping, you know, a lot of the vibes kind of left, you know. And that was one of those that, Q, to your point, like, yes, it's fun art, and it's a real artist behind it, which is why I like it. But you know, a lot of it's also running on vibes, and if the vibes aren't there, if the community abandons it, then you know it's hard. It's hard to keep that
Do you
going.
think
They didn't raise a bunch
like,
of money. They didn't raise a bunch of money.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just an artist trying to figure it out. That's why at some point he was like, "Can we launch a token? Should we do that?" Like he was trying to figure out you know, a business model or a way to raise more money and keep it going. But that didn't even work. So.
All right. It looks like the B category has one extra. We can move something down. We can move something up. We can leave it exactly the same. What do we think it is? Cyber brokers, captains, Utes?
Artifact, man. Artifact.
Artifact we moved down.
What is? Oh,
That's
sorry,
already,
not Artifact. What's the other?
10
right
KTF.
Yes, 10 KTF.
What? We don't like 10 KTF? It's the best storytellers in the space right there.
Yeah, they're pretty good. That's a tough one. I think they're like, sure. I think they're up there somewhere. I don't know if they're B or A though. So maybe we wrap it with a question. Is 10 KTF A?
A T.
10 KTF B tier?
All right. I'll throw it up. I'll add a C tier just for Marty because we know that's where he wants to put him. But that'll be one of the last ones. If you guys have any last takes here for the 10th edition of Rate My Bags, I know it was a controversial one this month. Very controversial. Hey, another thing we didn't do, we didn't add
to do it, right?
I know we got like an
we need to add
captains.
mythics, bro. We got to add mythics at least. We should throw mythics down in like C or something for now. D or C since they're new, but I feel like we should add them in.
I'm cool. I mean, if it's just Moonbirds, but if you guys want to add mythics as well, go for it. I don't know. It's one of those. I guess it's my personal bias always that it's like if I'm gonna own a project, I always want to own the top tier, right? Like all the ones at the bottom are just kind of cherries on top. But
Jeff Jack, thanks for joining us today. I got to bounce. Catch you later.
Take it easy,
later, brother.
Jeff.
All right, so the one thing you're betting on with, and we do have to run here in like the next 2 minutes, folks. The one thing you're running with 10 KTF is probably the implementation to the other side. Like a lot of the trailers that they're releasing are full on like we are going to be in the other side. So that's definitely a big one to place with 10 KTF. I also think the studio behind 10 KTF is like one of the best in the industry. Like the stuff that they release from a media perspective is by far, in my opinion, the frequency at which they do it and the quality at which they do it is legit. Biggie, have you seen any of these trailers, by the way?
Yeah.
10 KTF?
Yeah, no,
it's
for
like,
sure.
They release animations and like videos that are better than the Genkai trailer every single week.
Gotcha.
As much as I'm a trailer maxi, though, in the end, like it's like I want some tangibles, you know, like, and that's the problem. Like it for me with 10 KTF is that like the only tangibles are these backpacks and freaking shoes you can mint of your PFPs, you know, like other than that, I don't see any deliverables as of yet. I'm all for the story and the trailers, but just, you know, it's been long enough. Like, I'd like to see an actual execution of something, like, you know.
Well, they also, so they've released different pieces for those tools, right? Like you have the 10KTF stock room where you can create different items based on the PFPs you hold, and they've collaborated with a lot of different NFT projects. So yeah, they don't have a built out full game, but like I would love to like open that conversation up to all PFP projects. Like, or like what is it? What I'm just wondering, like, they're not solving world hunger by any means. Like, they're just doing the best job of telling their story. And I think other side integration.
Yeah, I guess it's just that they are definitely like set in prominently in the metaverse play world, right? And we have yet to see anything of them other than in a trailer, right? Like, I would have loved to have seen something like when they did the other side, like, you know, quick tryouts or stuff, like, you know, like just something where it's like more than just the trailer and the virtual items, right? Like, I'm kind of like, I have a couple of 10KTF items. It's just like I'm waiting to put them on something, you know.
Yeah.
That's my issue there. I don't know.
Quantum, if you got any info on how Beeple is behind 10KTF, I would be interested to learn that. Also, Swerve saying, "Hey Q, can you mute me, please, just so I can feel something?" Wait, no, wait. No, you gotta say some provocative, crazy shit. You gotta light this chat up, Swerve.
You gotta go Murray on us in order to get that time out.
You gotta go fucking ape shit wild in this chat to get the mute button.
This has moved its way to X. This has moved its way. We are being commented on, and he's saying all I try to do is say use Flipside Crypto. That's all he was trying to do. That's why he got the ban hammer.
Bro, all you gotta do, Q, is go underneath that comment and literally screenshot the fucking 1,000 messages that he's put into this chat. Like, give us a break, bro.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Break, bro. Like, come
on. I'm starting from here. We're gonna be on here for another 35 minutes while I screenshot all these messages. Yo, this has been a fantastic episode of NFT Live. It really has. One of our most controversial Rate My Bags. It is. Apparently, I got a little bottom feels out of the community chat today. Like, a lot of just like, holy shit, what is this project doing? Nothing. And there's a lot of that. But we're gonna mint this one. We're gonna put it on Twitter and let you kind of, you know, have your way.
Bid on
you guys can comment on how we treated you on today's NFT Live if you want. But I'll post this here in the next hour, and we'll give that a go. But no, again. Great conversation. We touched on what was the main story today, folks? I'm all over the place.
Genkai?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we started with Genkai. Oh no, Moonbirds.
Moonbirds.
It was
Moonbirds, Genkai, X platform. We covered a lot.
We got so close. We got so close to talking about Solana on this.
Like, we did.
Episode. We got that close, man.
Had it queued up and everything. You should see our board. We were like, all right, make sure you have it.
Whoever the Solana fans are out there, maybe you should be concerned about the fact that we didn't quite get there today for some reason.
Look, Nick just said y'all some hoes, so I'm gonna hit him with the ban hammer real quick.
Spelled it with a Z though.
Wow.
You can't take that serious. Spelled it with a Z.
Nope. Boom. Nick's gone. Time out till next episode. Listen, we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we have renewed energy from everyone in the community across chains. I'm looking at you. Across chains, bring up that positive vibes. Excited, Biggie. I'll let you and Gifted take it out, man. But again, community members that were here today: Jeff, Jag, Quantum Variant, Prodigy, Justin, Pizza, Marty, of course, DP. All you guys are awesome. Shisha, I think you were giving us the information on Cyberkongz. That was legit as well. So I appreciate you coming in here and dropping some alpha, man. So again, we'll be back tomorrow. But I'll let these guys take us out. Biggie, then Gif, and then we'll get up out of here.
Heck yeah. Love you, community. And yeah, I look forward to the next time we talk on all these like different long forgotten chains. Like, it would be a great episode to do one of these days, like near NFTs and phantom NFTs and, you know, all this stuff that the people are asking about. But until then, this was a great episode. I very much enjoyed it. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah. I love hanging out with y'all. This chat was absolutely insane. So appreciate everybody, especially the ones that managed to keep it cordial. Or you know what? Fuck it. You know, now we have a thing about muting people. So you know, maybe this is the new meta on NFT Live is people trying to get muted. So you know what? There you go, Justin Murray. You started the Murray meta here on the show with people trying to get muted. So I look forward to more. We'll be back tomorrow with more NFT Live and Web3 in the morning. And as always, we are doing our best. We're trying. We really are to bring you the highest quality editorial, entertainment, and educational content covering all of Web3. It's not easy. And so your help with that is actually very much appreciated. Justin, despite what you might think from the chat over here, Justin actually came on Web3 and provided a lot of value this morning. We had an amazing conversation about Solana, despite what you might see in this chat. So just know we do appreciate y'all when you get involved. You bring up new topics and things for us to talk about. And we keep trying, and we will keep trying to do our best. With that, our vibe, our tribe.